Hey everyone, this is Widowman10, and today I will be showing you how to look for and find widows around your house and property, especially your yard and around the corners of your house. The topics I'm going to be covering today specifically apply to the western black widow or Latrodectus hesperus, so just keep that in mind. The principles apply to the other widow species as well. The first video is going to be specifically covering the daytime hours and looking for widows. And then this next video will be covering nighttime topics. So I'm just going to take you around and we're going to look. I haven't really done a whole lot, so this is my first time out looking around my house. I picked out a couple spots where I know there are widows, but most of the spots that I'm going to be checking out, I don't have any idea. So we're going to be doing this together. So your principal, this is what you're seeing here is what is a web of a widow. We'll go over that later specifically, but during the daytime you're going to be doing a little bit of both scouting for the nighttime and looking for widows in the daytime. So this web right here is about 6 inches off the ground. You can see this is the bottom of the house here, and I was just walking around looking in this corner and I could see a lot of debris in here. The web is very tough, very stringy. There's a lot of debris in it, not a whole lot, but quite a bit. We'll come back to this one. When you're looking during the daytime, you want to generally look kind of low, specifically about 2 or 3 feet above ground and below. I found them up higher before, but that's kind of atypical. So we're going to look low. We're going to look in corners such as this or this one over here, corners or sheltered spaces. This one in this corner is one that I found a couple of nights ago. It's hard to see. There's not too much debris. There's a little piece right there, over there. But what you can see is the tangled web, and there's actually a nice little crevice up there for her to hide in. We're going to be looking during the daytime specifically for these kinds of webs. Some of them will have debris, some won't. You don't want to see a whole bunch of debris in there, because that means that they're abandoned. All the dirt and leaves have stuck and they haven't cleaned it out. You can catch some of them, this one's in the shade, but you can catch some of them in the sunlight and they'll glint off of them, kind of shiny little webs. And the typical structure that you're looking for is the typical cobweb. You can find the structure of the web, a very detailed outline of that on the website. Look for the web structure. Here's one. Stumble across here. I don't know if you can quite make out the spider against the background of the wood right there. The little ones are harder to find, harder to see. Typically they're out in the daytime though. You can see she built her web against the wooden board down here, the pavement, and oops, just scared her, and against the oil can here. But she's just a little one. You can just barely see her. So there's one right there. The little ones will be out more during the daytime, I've found out. Let's go back to this one over here real quick again. The structure of the web is the tangly retreat, or the tangly threads interspaced randomly, very cobweb-ish. And as you look up underneath there, when you're checking them out, you'll see it gets a lot more dense right at their retreat. Oh, looks like there's another one over here actually. I had missed that one last night. But you can see there's the leaf and a couple little pieces caught my eye. No doubt she'll be hiding up in that crack right there. And we're going to make a mental note of these two webs specifically, and the other one, and we'll come back and visit these at nighttime. Hopefully we can catch the spiders out and about. A way to differentiate the webs, as you can tell when you're looking around, webs like the widow webs will be a lot easier, and they won't look like that. That's definitely a different kind of spider. They won't be orbs at all. They'll look a lot different. Let's go in the backyard real quick as we're talking here. Some people will confuse the other cobweb spiders' webs for widow webs. The Steatota, the false widow species webs, will be a lot less tough. We'll look in this corner. Looks like there's another possible web. Again, very tough and springy. Takes a lot of pressure to snap it comparatively. But the Steatota webs are going to snap really easily. They won't be springy at all. They look kind of similar, but they are very different. Widow webs also have the shiny threads. Sorry about the car traffic. Also have the shiny webs. Sunlight seems to glint a little more off of them as usual. I would check under this wheelbarrow and around that, but I just put that out there a couple days ago, so we'll skip that. This wooden board, a couple months ago, was lifting it up, and there's an ideal retreat under here. As you can see, another spider kind of took over. There's a few little webs under there. But very sheltered, a lot of places to build its web. It's a great place to be looking. Also probably under here, maybe towards the corner for like a small widow. Probably some good spaces back in there. Let's check, I did release about 300 little widow slings from a sack that I hatched. Of course, the wife didn't know about that. She wasn't happy when I accidentally told her. But it was around this area, which is perfect for the little slings to make their webs. Looks like we've got one in the corner. Yep, got one in the corner down here. We'll make a note of that. Come back and visit that one at nighttime. There's a much bigger one right here. It stretches from, you can get a little perspective there. My hands are huge. It stretches about 2 hand widths. So that's probably going to be a bigger spider. Maybe the retreat is down there. Definitely come back and see that one tonight. Probably get something good out of there. Let's check a couple of these other wood boards. Let's see, glint of a web. That's obviously not a widow web. Breaks off very easily, one by itself. So we'll mark those few locations, and we'll come back out as soon as the sun sets. Hopefully we can catch some out and find us some widows tonight. Alright, see you in a bit.